you end up choosing Miami? Were there a lot of schools after you?
No. My second choice was Tulane. Tulane was right near my own neighborhood, and I thought I'd get a good education. My first priority was to graduate. Football was secondary, because this on society I was growing up, my dad influenced on me just about getting an education. And then Miami came out of nowhere with Curtis Johnson and Chuck Pagano recruiting me, and that was a dream come true, man. I knew I was going to play against some good schools, but I had to get my grades up to qualify to go to Miami. And that was going to happen because, like I said, I was working towards going to Tulane, and that's a private institution. So, football was secondary. I wanted to get an education first, graduate. I did that in Miami before I won the national championship and got out of Miami.
What was it like playing for Butch Davis there at Miami and Larry Coker?
Man, it was awesome. It was awesome playing for Butch. I came when we were on the sanctions, and Butch was different then. It was my way and the highway type thing. He had to be that way because of the sanctions and stuff like that. And he changed the culture. Butch Davis was a players coach, and we had fun, man. It was tough those first years because he was changing it, but he was a great leader of men, and his staff was a great leader for men. They were raising men and understood that. You look at the success that those teams had when he was there, as we rebuilt it after that 5 and 6 season my first year. And you look at the guys that came, into the NFL after Bush left. That had a lot to do with that staff that was there that left my junior year going into my senior year. My redshirt junior year, should I say. That staff had a lot to do with the success of those first round draft picks in 2002, 2003.
Who did you work with more? The defensive backs coach or the defensive coordinator or Butch Davis? Who had a bigger impact on you in college?
Andrew Swayze. Andrew Swayze had a huge impact on me. He was the strength coach. I spent a lot of time with Andrew Swayze and Curtis Johnson, playing basketball in the weight room, at their homes, just having conversations, Chuck Pagano had a lot of influence on me as well. Mark Stoops, Coach Shannon, Greg Shannon, really all our coaches, man. I had a relationship with all of them. Don Solinger, our special teams and running back coach, had a huge impact on me. Obviously, I played special teams a lot, so every coach had a different role. We all had different roles, man, kind of like construction people building a house, so everybody has a role. And with that being said, when you understand it, when you understand your role, when you understand people's role, so many people can have an influence on you for you to have success. It wasn't just one person, I would say, that stuck out outside of Swayze and CJ, but, really everybody had a role, at helping me achieve my success that I can go back. But I know a lot of my teammates would say the same thing. I know Reggie would say the same thing, because we all had different run-ins with different coaches. But, a lot of them would help all of us the same. Coach Keto. I have relationships with offensive coaches as well as defensive coaches. Especially strength coach alone. Even my track coach, Coach Ward, had influence on me. So it's a matter of who you let come into your circle, man, who's a part of your village, that makes a difference.
What was it like playing the national championship game?
Oh, man, that was like being part of the 85 Bears, man. We knew we were winning that championship. That was my senior year, and to get to a goal that you set out to do, it's like the Super Bowl for me. It truly was on that same stage, on that same level. That's something we shot for in the playing the granddaddy of them all. The Rose Bowl. Man, that was a dream come true because I never thought I'd play in a stadium like that. And to play in such a prestigious stadium, playing like the old Miami, being undefeated, and telling the team that we're going to whoop you before we even do it. That was the ultimate, man.
When you set all those records at Miami, did you realize what you were doing back then, or is it kind of hit you now that listen?
No, I didn't know at all, man. I didn't know the interception record. I didn't pay no attention to all that stuff, man. We was just trying to win the national championship. As the accolades and the gold jacket wasn't a goal for me in the NFL. I was just trying to win with my team. That's all I knew, is to play with my teammates and win the championship, or try to win to where everybody could get paid and have success. I come from a place where all you want is opportunity. All you can ask for is opportunity. An opportunity to play this game on all levels is all I ask for, man. And thank God I was able to do that. All you can ask for is opportunity. That's all it was about.
Did you have any idea the Ravens were going to draft you in the first round?
No, I was hoping the Ravens didn't draft me, but it really didn't matter because, like I said, all that mattered was the opportunity. I didn't care less where I was going to get drafted. I felt like I should have been the first pick, in the draft. That was my goal. My goal was to be the first pick. I did have a goal for the draft. That was to be the first pick, first round. But I'm glad I didn't go to Houston because I didn't have a good interview with Charlie Cassidy. He was dead ass wrong. And that goes to show you. But he's now an ESPN scout, which is crazy. And he was dead ass wrong.
And what about Dallas here taking Roy Williams ahead of you? I mean, they were totally wrong too.
Dallas, he's a Texas guy, so that's just not favoritism, but they picked somebody that was closer to them. Roy had won the Thorpe Award. I was there looking at his black ass, black and meat. I was all black suit, braids. Nobody liked Miami. I know nobody liked Miami because of just that culture that Miami has with all the black kids down there. It's almost like you're not welcome. There's a reason why Catlets and convicts came up, in the Notre Dame game when we went there. And those are not even the same kids. That was amazing to me that society has all those things going on. The racial issues, that we have. I knew it had a lot to do with that, with certain teams. And they showed their true colors years later. Jerry Jones and some of his comments, Houston, rest of some of his comments, just how stuff is ran in this country. Ray was there to welcome him with open arms, man, for another hurricane, no doubt. We knew what he was getting. I was coming into it young and just eager to learn and eager to win. I was coming off a championship year, and quite frankly, a leader in my own right. So I understood what it took, to win. But I also understand, when you're around your elders and the stuff that you can learn. So I was soaking up everything from Lou, man. Lou was a big brother, treated me like a brother to me. He opened his door to his home to me. I was able to stay in his house. He had his chef cooking for me and stuff like that, teaching me how to be a professional on a whole nother level. I really owe a lot to Lou when it comes to just being a good professional, man, and being an NFL player, who understood things. He helped me with a lot.
The defensive coordinators, you had a couple with the Ravens. You had Ryan Pagano, who you knew for your time at Miami. Who was the biggest influence on your career coaching wise in the NFL?
Oh man, all of our coaches had a big influence on me. Of course, Rex did, from a multiple defense standpoint. Donnie Henderson and Dennis Thurman, Benny Thompson, my first DB coaches, had a huge impact on me. None other like Dean Pease, man. Dean Pease is my guy, man. Dean Pease was he understood, what he can get out of his players and what to expect out of his players, and he communicated with us. He just took, things that we've learned over the years from other coaches, and he just embraced it in a whole different way, man. And that's why we was able to take it to another level. While also going through some tough times. DP has seen a lot of coaches, so the conversations I've had with him was not just about football. It was a lot of personal conversations. He's one of my favorite coaches of all time, man.
Again, the Ravens were always known for their defense. Was there a lot of pressure on you as a defensive unit to keep the games close because your offense was never really known as a juggernaut back then?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That was a huge part of it. We understood, what Baltimore was built on. They tried to change it when we was in the latter part of my career and try to make it an offensive thing. But at the end of the season and at the end of the day, you need defense to win. Win championships. And Baltimore is built off defense. It's a blue collar city. It's all about defense there. So, I didn't like when coaches tried to come and change that and make it something it wasn't. Bill tried it. Coach Harbaugh tried it. And that's not what it is. You can see it. With guys that you don't even really know, understand our defense and mentality, and they still that's just what happens with the defense that we were running. Rex Ryan brought over buddies on our defense to Mark Lewis, and quite frankly, man, it had championships in it. It's on squad teams.
Why does that 46 defense seem to work over the years? Some of the best defenses have used the Bears, you guys. It seems like offensive coordinators cannot plan around it.
The players you got running, that's what sounds like at the end of the day. The players who understand that defense and know how to move through it, man. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to, smart football players. It could be a complicated defense, if you don't really understand football, you're not that smart, because Rex talked a lot, it could a little thinking, because where offenses are going, what they're doing. Offenses make adjustments. That defense makes adjustments to offenses, and we put a lot of work in, a lot of study time in to run that defense, and when you understand it, man, you can have some success.
Who was the toughest quarterback you had to go against?
Most of the league, man, honestly, man, you had some good quarterbacks, from Chad Pennington to Phil Rivers, obviously Peyton and Brady. I played against a lot of good quarterbacks, man. I really did. I have a lot of respect for all of them that I played against. Sitting there in Carson, playing those guys in Cincinnati. The fun I had playing against any quarterback in Ohio. I played against a really good quarterback. One of my favorite battles was going against Tyrod at practice. Because He's been a big part of the plays that I was making. Because he and I had battles at practice. Joe and I had battles at practice on ones, doing against ones. We had those 5 elements that, neither one of us ever paid, but we had some fun just trying to make each other better. Yeah, so I doubted it a little bit. I called my advisor. My mind was set. My heart was set. Nothing was going to take me off that track of winning the championship in New Orleans. And I got text messages to show it. I got notes. That we're going to win the championship no matter what happens. And we did.
What was it like when you finally won that championship? Did you think, you know what, my career is complete now? I've done everything I wanted. I won a national championship, a Super Bowl. There's nothing else to accomplish?
Man, I was still wanting to play some more football, man. It was like, okay, let's continue to do this. I wanted to win it again. I wanted to be a part of another team that done it. But after we won the AFC Championship game, man, I was hard, man. That's hard winning the AFC NFC Championship game. My heart was like, I cried for that game. I cried after the AFC Championship game. I didn't cry yet for that Super Bowl. I shed some tears at pregame just I remember seeing my mentor, Ben Parquet, and his wife, Dee, in the stands before the game started. And that's when I shed some tears. But before that, other than that, man, it was the AFC Championship game.
What was it like that Super Bowl? You had brother versus brother, Jim Harbaugh versus John. Was there more pressure on you guys? Did John kind of say, I have to beat my brother?
Nah, man, that had nothing to do with us. That was something between them that we knew was there, and we wanted to win, no doubt, for Coach in that situation, because we just knew how Coach was intent, so of course we wanted to win that championship for him too, that was a no-brainer for us at all. We wanted to be on the side with the winning Harbaugh, and I know how much Coach and I, all the conversations Coach and I had prior to that, to really take us over that next level and to appreciate it with him. Jim had played, Coach didn't play as much, in the league, so it meant something. It meant something to us to win that for Coach.
When the lights went out and the game got delayed, did you think, what the hell is going on here?
Oh, man, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that at all. That was like one of the craziest things ever. Because if that don't happen, man, we kill those guys. That game's not even close. If we continue to play that game without the lights going off, man, it's a blowout game, truly.
How did it feel when you found out you were going in the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Oh, man, it's such a great feeling. It's a blessing, man. And, it's like, for me, representing my dad and my parents, man, it makes a big difference. What's up, brother? I'm doing an interview right now, man. All is well. Bro, you grab them clubs for me? Yes. But yeah, man, it was just such a great feeling because I know where I come from. I know the people that have supported me over the years and that's been on that ride, with me to through college. My dad and all the football he's played, all the support my parents have given me over the years, was like finally something like really that takes you over the hump, that represents your family. My family has been through a lot from a sports perspective, just my dad alone. He's been through a lot. He didn't have the opportunity and the structure to support him growing up. So, for me to accomplish that and be junior, and represent his name, it meant a lot, man, to me.